If you haven't been paying attention to the official Thomas channel recently, you probably didn't realize that we sort of got new CGI content, that being in the form of the unreleased Dustin shorts. Who would have thought that in 2025, we would be getting an official release for CGI content that was considered to be lost media? And while yes, you might point out that we got the pilot released this year, so it's not impossible, but I feel like the pilot had a lot more going for it to get released due to its historic importance. While these Dustin shorts probably don't mean much to many people, except for fans who are around in 2015-2016. If you're unfamiliar with Dustin's origins, here's a brief summary. Dustin is an original character created by Mattel exclusively for the Sodor story collection, which were wooden railway sets and packs that would tie in with a specific storybook written for the line. Mattel had the idea to offer a unique incentive for the line, creating exclusive characters that wouldn't appear in the TV series, but instead only in this book series that would be sold together with the characters and sets. The first character to be released was Logan, and then Sam not too long after. To coincide with these releases, they did release CGI shorts on YouTube that gave a little bit about the character, as well as recapping a bit of what goes on in the story they were introduced in. It wasn't until early 2016 that we got our third and final Sodor story collection character, Dustin. And for whatever reason, a Dustin short was never uploaded onto the Thomas YouTube channel to promote his release. Everyone kind of assumed that there was a Dustin short due to this promo image showing a 3D model of him, but nothing was ever released or talked about. As more time passed, the release window for these shorts kept shrinking, and once Wooden Railway was canned, Dustin quickly became irrelevant and the shorts were considered to be lost media. It wasn't until this year where some fans contacted Ian McHugh about these, and randomly on November 20, 2025, we got our first teaser for the Dustin promotional videos. Following that, on Thanksgiving, we got the next short titled, Meet Dustin the Snowplow. And while this one just introduces him and talks about what he does, I thought it was a pretty cool short, showing us some new CGI content. After that was released, I honestly thought that was it, but apparently not, cause Dustin actually got a total of 4 shorts. This I assume was most likely due to the fact that he received 2 stories instead of 1 like Logan and Sam. The next one to be released was one that goes over the technical bits of Dustin. This one feels like a really good inclusion in my opinion, as it gives kids a better idea of how exactly these machines work, potentially giving them the curiosity to want to learn more about how these types of engines and pieces of railway machinery work. Which is something I feel like Mattel should have tried to delve into a lot more, cause not only could they take advantage of the CGI to show things that probably weren't possible in the model series, but they could also appeal to the older fans who would appreciate more real life railway stuff incorporated into the newer style of writing. And finally, our Dustin journey came to an end on December 11. This one is my favorite of the 4 videos because of how many cool shots there are here. These are meant to be recreations of a couple of illustrations from the books, but man, these look like they came out of a lost season 19 episode. In retrospect, it's kind of weird that Mattel went out of their way to create these characters and have 3D models made for them, only to not have them appear in the series, with the exception of Sam, who did appear in the Big World Big Adventures film. Like, you would think that it would have been really easy for them to adapt these stories for season 19, or maybe even series 20, giving them a couple less stories to write and providing another way to promote these characters. But if that was the case, then that means the Bubblesome trucks would have been canon, so it was probably for the best.